Hello everyone, how are you all keeping? So I decided to come on here now today and explain to you how our courses actually work. So first I'm going to start off by introducing myself. This is Chris and this is Vitaly. Vitaly and myself are actually doing courses in Russian and we're planning on moving them over to the English format. So any English speaker, whether it be European, American, English, wherever, you're going to be able to do these courses as well. Now, how these courses work is, as you can see here, we have a Telegram group chat where we have two group chats. One of them is going to be where everyone's sitting in it, whether you have an interest in our course or not. It's a Barber community. You're able to message in questions. You're going to be seeing updates on our courses. You're going to be getting a few educational videos in it too. Now, the other group is the one where you're in the courses and there's going to be a group chat like this one here, where you're going to be sending in pictures. Let's say there is 15 of you inside one group chat. And we'll give the names Jack and Aoife. So Jack sends in a picture. 3 pictures, a side, and the back of the head. So his haircut. You can send in before and after as well if you like this guy here has. Before and after pictures. So you're going to send those in. I'm going to evaluate them. I'm going to review your haircuts, tell you where you went wrong, what you did good, and where you should focus on for next time. Now Jack got his review. Aoife's getting hers as well. She got her review, but she wants to do a bit extra studying all this evening. So she's watched all of my courses. She's going to click into Jack's video and see where Jack went wrong. She's going to learn from Jack's mistakes as well. It's a very useful format. No one else in the world does this with online courses. It's very good because you practically get a one-on-one experience. It's almost as if you're working face-to-face, but through an online format. So, alright, I'm going to start here and I'm going to show you how these work. Okay, so we're going to see now this the before and this the after. Okay, so from before I can see he probably went about 2-3 weeks without a haircut. Okay, starting with the after. I want to focus on the back. You can start on the back, the nape area. And first thing I want to point out is everyone starts with the fade. The fade, for some reason, is so important to everyone. They think it's the highlight of the haircut. Everything resolves around the fade. In reality, you can't do a nice fade unless you get all of your symmetry correct. Everything has to be parallel. Everything has to be done square. Everything has to be done perfect. In order to do this, you want to take your weight off parallel to the head shape. Presuming he has no hair on the head, his head shape's like this. Now if we're going to go parallel to this, let's go along here, parallel to that. 2 seconds, let me draw a straight line. And go parallel along to the top of the head. Now, when we're figuring out how low we want the weight zone to be, this is how we check. We find our top point by placing a comb on the top of the head. You could place a book, you could place a ruler, anything. Where the head shape is, where the head starts to grow hair. We're going to go to the lowest point of hair growth. Technically, there's a few over here, and probably go something like that. You cut these off and you do a straight line across for a line up, or you taper it down. We're going to take this point here for lowest growth of hair. We're going to find the center point here. And we're going to go just beneath that center point. Let's get yellow. Yellow is here. Okay. Just beneath it. Yellow. And actually a small bit lower than that. Okay. And go about here. As you can see, he found the right weight zone. Whoever was doing this haircut. Right weight zone. Won't remove. Okay, here. Right weight zone, but what wasn't taken account was this area here where all the hairs are sticking out and it has to be worked through as well. All these hairs here, it looks very choppy. You can see there's a few gaps here where shorter, lower, and it's all coming in at a choppy look. How you work with this now, you do your parallel lines, keeping it all symmetrical, coming from the sides around into the nape. Doing it all along here like that, keeping the weights on, same height that I just showed you. What you want to do then is you want to take our blending comb, which is going to be equivalent to number 2 guard or 6mm guard. And they look like this. We're going to be working with these and we're going to be keeping everything square. Be coming up with a right angle all the ways along the head. All the ways around, right angle, 90 degrees. You can pull it out a small bit. You might actually just do like this. Now I know that should be in a corner, so be coming in a bit out, just so that you play the safe game and you don't cut off too much. Come in like this, you come in again and you bring it in every time until you get it down to that square 90. You get it into square 90, that's how you know it's done, because you always play the safe game and you leave a bit more hairs. This so that you don't cut off too much, you don't go in too deep with the comb. When you're happy with the result, you stand at the back of the client, you take a look in the mirror, you take a look from your eyes perspective. Is everything square? Is it all looking 90 degrees? Okay, now let's talk with the fade. The most important part of the haircut, as many of you say. Okay, so because it is, if this isn't done right, realistically it doesn't matter what is done here. It could be done bad, it could be done good. It won't make a difference unless all of it is looking good. Definitely take focus now for next time. Is this weights on here? Take a look at all that. Okay, now when fading, yeah, you can see we took off weight, all fine. Now, these areas here, all of these shadows. What do you do to get rid of this? Next question, what do you do to get rid of these? What you do is you come down, come all the ways along here. Like I said, keeping it symmetrical, keeping it parallel. Realistically, I think it should have went down here for one guard, then set your fade. Bring it up higher again, and up higher. Remember, more of a stretch on the nape area. If the fading gap is only this big here on the sides here only this big, means that at the back it has to gradually go into longer and back down into a small fade again. So you come around, and what you want to do is all these grooves here that I said where the shadows are, you want to work with the corner of your machine, whether it be a number 1 guard, a 1.5, a 2 guard, corner of the machine to work through all these grooves and dips in the head. If it's still not coming out, you can still see shadows, work with the thinning scissors and a thin comb. Thin comb from wall, like this one here, or an Ispark comb, ISPARK. They're both same, they're very good, they're these bendy combs. They are very, very good for getting into all these grooves and stuff because the comb bends. Flexible one. So look, work through here, take off 2-3 millimeters at a time so that you don't cut in too deep. Take a look at the courses, take a look at the videos, make use of them. Make use of the videos that I've given you. Take a look at them, it shows you very clearly how to work with the thinning scissors, how to work with the corner of your machine, what angle, everything's shown in the videos. Make use of them, watch them again, watch them 3 times, 4 times. They're always there to watch, even when the courses are done, you still get to keep the courses. Okay, what else can I see? Okay, line up. Now what I want to point out here is I can still see these hairs. Now it might be because you didn't use a filer. It does look like you did go down to 0, but the machine isn't 0 gapped. Either use a filer to get it all down to bald, or use a cutthroat razor. Okay, moving on to the next one now. Okay, this one decides now that... No, sorry, that's the next one. Okay, this one decides now that we're going to take a look at. Once again, like I said, keep everything symmetrical. So, if the head shape is coming around like this, means everything has to be symmetrical. Weights on, has to be symmetrical to the head shape. Number 1 or the 0, whatever kind of a fade you're doing, keep them all symmetrical. And as you can see, small fade here, and it gradually gets longer down towards the nape area. Okay, so now that I've that marked out, keeping everything symmetrical, what I want to say is when you are taking the weight off, why did you go like this? It's very noticeable. That's one thing that I do want to say, is this gap here. You dug in too deep, and this is why I'm saying always play the safe game, because right here is a corner, there's an angle, you can see the chop. So what you want to do is you find your peripheral ridge, which is going to be the dip on the side of the head, like here that I'm showing you now. The peripheral ridge, as I can see, is here. You want to come up with your machine, 90 degrees straight up. You're not flicking the machine, you're raising your hand more than anything. 90 degrees, get speed, start in this area. Once you get the right speed, move all the ways along the head like so, keeping it at speed. For next time, do it that way. Make sure you keep it all symmetrical and it's all going to come out more or less square. Then you get your blending comb, like I said, with the nape area. Okay, these shadows, they also won't be here as visible if you'd went straight up. So with these shadows, like I said, use the corner of the machine, use the thinning scissors, use straight scissors, try working ways around it. It's all in the courses, all in the videos. But what I do want to say is this area here, like I just pointed out, definitely focus on that. It's like square shape going through it. It does not look nice with the haircut. Okay. Now with the beard, I see you tried to go down a small bit shorter here. What I will say is I can see he shaves on the daily. If you don't want to taper it down, if he asks for straight edges, what you do, middle of the ear, the tragus point, we're going to be cutting a straight line across here. Straight line across, do the line up here, the C's. Make sure you go around the ears, drop straight down like so. No, don't bring them up that high, you're only going to be taking off very few millimeters, 1 hair, 2 hairs. Just keep it all more square, around the ears like so. And that's our line up then. C cups, straight line, and around the ear. Now, that's the most important part, is this area here. The middle of the ear, that's how you find it. It's not too high, it's not too low. Ideally, you taper it. If he doesn't want the taper to be noticeable, but he does want straight lines, okay. Middle of the ear again. Next part, 0.5, you keep very tight fade. And your one's going to finish up here. Now, technically, it's not even tapered down because he still has all this sideburn, but it's just faded down to 0. It's very low. Next time he goes to shave, it's still going to look blended. It's going to look fresh. You won't need to have those straight lines. Okay. Moving on now. The top. I can see he went for a scissor kind of a look. Yeah, take a look at that scissor or teaser video. Scissor, not Caesar. And look. When you're doing fringe, okay, he wants it this length. What you should do is you should match it in with the weight zone here. Weight zone being up here, like I said, meaning that everything, even the fringe, has to match in off the weight zone here and match into your longest hairs up at the fringe. Use the scissors, comb all the hair straight down, get it done with the scissors, and you're going to get a straight fringe going all the ways along here, straight across. Okay. For next time, like I said, what I want you to focus on is the lineups. I want you to focus on tapering down the edges. I want to focus on the weight zone, taking off all the weight. Straight up, use your arm more than using your flick. You shouldn't be flicking when you're taking weight off. Start with a higher number, even number 4. Work your way down then, because you always play the safe game. Like I said, he mightn't want his skin to be showing that much. You might actually like the longer numbers. Start with the longer number, taking the weight off. Okay, all in all, happy enough with it. Work through all these grooves here. Like I said, all these spots here. Work through all these now with your thinning scissors, straight cutting, point cutting into them. Work through all that. Keep everything symmetrical, parallel the whole ways around the head. Take a look at the head shape, work parallel along all these hairs as well. Make sure you work through them. Another way, without the blending comb, that you could have done is when you wet the hair and you're working with the top area, we're going sectional. Let's say this, the head here, if we're looking from the top. So literally like a camera looking down at the top of the head. Okay, ears are here, ears here, and okay, never mind about the ears. His eyes are down here anyways. And so this is the top of the head that we're looking at now. And how you want to section it out is you're going to find the apex of recession, which is the top point of your forehead. Look here, I'm going to show you now. That's the apex of recession. What you want to do is you want to draw a straight line back, apex of recession being here, and find top point of his head. You're going to be drawing a straight line down from the apex of recession to the highest point of the head. Straight down like that, and it almost looks like triangle. Now the next step that you're going to do is all these hairs, you're going to comb them on the way down. 2 seconds. Me get a different colour again. We'll go for blue. Want to comb all these hairs down. Back. Blue. Sorry, no. Want to comb all these hairs downwards. Any hairs that are sticking out, you're going to pick them up and you're going to cut them straight across. Straight across like so, everything's going to connect in. Keep them in their natural flow. If the hairs are going down, let's say this way, 2 seconds. If the hairs are going this way, you keep them going this way, and whatever's sticking out, you're going to take them up and you're going to cut them off. Can you keep it all straight? All of it's going to be cut evenly. I hope it was useful for you. Thanks everyone watching this video. These videos, subscribe to my YouTube. Take a look at the description down below under this video. Send you on all the links to the Telegram groups, my Instagram page. Take a look at all of them. It'll be very useful. I hope you found this video very useful. Thanks for all the support. Take a look. Message me privately if you have any more questions. Make sure to comment on this video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.